Hello everyone, welcome back to lesson 6. In this lesson we are going to solve some grade 12 Zhyar questions related to the previous session. Now we have the first question: what is the value of b when the slope of this line is -1? Now there is a b in the line, but let's write the rule of slope. We know slope is -3 over b. Negative a over b, so -3 over b. This slope should be equal to -1. Now the denominator of this -1 is just 1. Now let's do cross multiplication. Negative b equal to -3. Negative cancels negative. b is equal to 3. This is the choice A. Question 2. Which of the following equations passes through the points? Now, in these cases, this point is easier to start with. If I write 0 in place of x and write 2 in place of y, I should get both sides equal. Now let's begin. If I put 0 here in place of x, I have 0 over 2, that's just 0. And if I put 2 in place of y, it will be -2 over 3. -2 over 3 is not equal to 1. So choice A is wrong. Choice B. If I put 0 in place of x, this part will be 0. And if I put 2 in place of y, this will be 2 over 3. And it's not equal to 1. Choice B is wrong. Choice C. If I put 0 in place of x, this will be 0. And if I put 2 in place of y, 2 over 2 is equal to 1. So C could be correct, but we need to check with the other point. Since C applied this point, let's test for the other point. Now I want to replace x with -3. That is -3 over 3 plus 0 in place of y, 0 over 2, which is 0. Then -3 over 3 is remaining, which is equal to 1. Both points satisfied this equation. This means C is the correct answer. This question: the purchase price of a new machine is 1,250,000 dinars. Okay. Its value will decrease. Remember, decrease means slope is negative. Slope is negative. Decrease. Then in the equations, I should choose an equation that has a negative slope. Then decreases by 850,000 dinars each year. Then this 850,000 should be in front of x or the other independent variable like t. So this should be the coefficient of t. In this question, it's in terms of value and time, then t is the independent variable. 850,000 should be in front of t. Write a linear model. A, there is no minus. It's increasing. What I want is decreasing. So A is not the right answer. B. This is the original price. Each year it will be decreased by 850,000 dinars. This is the right answer. -850,000 t. This is the right answer. We can check if we put 0 in place of t, means when time is 0, the machine is new, the price is 1,250,000 dinars. When t becomes 1, means after one year of use, it will be 1,250,000 dinars minus 850,000 times 1 is just 850,000. Then the price decreased by 850,000 after 1 year use. Then B is the correct answer. Question 4. 2021-2022, second attempt. Find the value of A when the slope of the line ax plus 2y equal to 2 is negative 3. To find the slope, I write negative a over 2. And this should be equal to negative 3. Denominator of negative 3 is 1. Cross multiplication. Negative a equal to negative 6. So a is equal to 6. The answer is B. Question 5. Which of the following equations passes through the points? Same idea. I think same question. We already solved this question. In 2016-2017, the population of a city was this much in year. Okay. For such questions, always set the time as x. So now this is x1, and the population is y. This is y1. The other population is y2, and the other time is x2. Now, what was the average rate of change? Rate of change is also slope. Then, from these four numbers that I marked here, x1, y1, x2, y2, we need to write the slope. M equal to y2 minus y1 over y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Then using calculator, you can find the answer. This is how you do it. Find the equation of a line that passes through this point and this point. Then to find the equation of line, 2 points are given. We use both points to find slope. Then we use one of the points to find the equation of the straight line. Or we can just check if the equations satisfy the points. Find the equation of the line that passes through these 2 points. So we can just plug the points in the equations and see if one of them is satisfying. When we look at this, the x values did not change. When the x values doesn't change, means the line is vertical. Which equation belongs to a vertical line? This, -2. This is -2. Y has a horizontal graph. If you don't have this idea, it's fine. The question asks about equation of line that passes through 2 given points. Let's try to find the slope. Slope equal to y2 minus y1, 4 minus -4, over x2 minus x1, -2 minus -2. This will be -2 plus 2, that is 0. When there is 0 means slope is undefined. If slope is undefined, the line is vertical. The only vertical line in the list is choice A. A is the correct answer. Find the equation of the line that passes through these points. Okay, so we're going to substitute the points and see which equation is satisfying both points. Now let's go with A. If I use this point, there is no negative, it looks easier. X is 2, x is 2, y is 0. Now here if I put 2 in place of x, there's 2 times 2 minus 0 in place of y minus 3. The result should be 0. Let's see. 2 times 2, 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 is not equal to 0. A is wrong. B. Replace x with 2. Replace y with 0. 3 times 2 minus 2 times 0, which is 0, minus 6. The result should be equal to 0. 3 times 2, 6, minus 6 is equal to 0. So choice B satisfied with this point, but we need to check with the other point as well. In the other point, we need to replace x with 0 and y with negative 3. Let's see. 3 times 0. 3 times 0 is just 0, minus 2 times y is negative 3, minus 6, it should be 0. Let's see. Negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6, minus 6, the result is 0. So choice B satisfied the second point as well. This makes B the correct answer. (2018-2019) this question, let's read it. The purchase price of a new machine is 3,500,000 dinars. Its value will decrease. I should search for some negative slope equation. Negative 300,000. There should be negative 300,000 T in the correct answer. Let's see. Then, of course, B and D are not. They don't have negative 300,000 T because it's decreasing by 300,000. Then between A and C, price is 300,000 minus million. This is not logical. C will be the correct answer. This is the price, 3,500,000 minus 300,000 T. C is the correct answer. If we look at this equation, when T is equal to 1, the result is negative. Price of something cannot be negative. So of course A is wrong. And by the way, A does not have negative 300,000. It has negative 3,500,000, which we don't need. This is what we need. This question. Find A so that points 0, negative 3, 2, 0, and A1 are collinear. Okay, then slope of these two should be equal to the slope of these two. Here, these 2 points are both normal points. We can find the slope between them. Then we use the result to find A. Let's find the slope here. y2 minus y1, 0 minus negative 3, over x2 minus x1, 2 minus 0. This is equal to negative 3 is 3. 2 minus 0 is 2. So the slope is 3 over 2. Now to find the slope between these two, this time 0 minus 1 over 2 minus A. The result should be 3 over 2. Now, 0 minus 1 is negative 1, 2 minus A. To get rid of fractions, we can do cross multiplication. Multiply this by 3, multiply this by 2. We will get to 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, equal to 3 times 2, 6, minus 3A. Then 6 to the other side, negative 8 equal to negative 3A. A is 8 over 3. 8 over 3 is choice B. To check that, if we put 8 over 3 here, this will make the result 3 over 2. See the answer before I remove. This question, which of the following points are collinear? Collinear means the 3 points are on the same straight line. Let's check. To find that, we need to check the slope between the first second, then the slope of first third. Start writing. The slope, I can say y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Negative 2 minus 1 over 0 minus 2. This is equal to negative 3 over negative 2. That is 3 over 2. This is the slope of the points first and second. Now let's see the slope of these 2 points, first and third. Then negative 5 minus 1 over negative 2 minus 2. Negative 5 minus 1 over negative 2 minus 2. This is equal to negative 6 over negative 4. If we simplify these, negatives cancel each other, divide 2, that is 3 over 2, which is the same slope. The first set of points are collinear, but because there is an option, there is a choice, all of them, then we need to check at least another set of points. If this set is also collinear, then we need to check this one as well. Then all of them will be the correct answer. But for now, we got this. These are collinear. These are collinear. Let's check for B. Slope y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, 1 minus 6 over 4 minus negative 1. This is equal to negative 5. This is equal to 5. 4 minus minus will be plus. The result is negative 1. Now, slope between third and first, negative 1 minus 6, negative 1 minus 6 over 6 minus negative 1. Negative 1 minus 6 is equal to negative 7. 6 minus minus will be plus, that's 7, which is also equal to negative 1. This means set B is also collinear. All the 3 points are collinear. Slope between first and second is the same as the slope between first and third. Now we are forced to check for C. C, negative 1, 4. Okay, so here we can find the slope between these 2 points first. Negative 4 minus negative 1 over 0 minus 2. This is equal to positive 1. Negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. And this is negative 2. That's equal to 3 over 2. Now slope between first and second. That was slope between first and third. Order doesn't matter. Now we can find the slope between first and second and see the result. So negative 4 minus 2, then 0 minus 4. Negative 4 minus 2 over 0 minus 4. Negative 4 minus 2 is negative 6. 0 minus 4 is negative 4. Divide 2. This simplifies to 3 over 2 as well. So the set C points are also collinear. This means all of them. D will be the correct answer. Find the value of A so that the points are collinear. We already did a question that has this idea. Well, let's do this one as well. Slope between the 2 points that have no unknown will help us to find A. So slope negative 3 minus 7. Negative 3 minus negative 7. y2 minus y1 over 2 minus 0. Minus minus will be plus. Negative 3 plus 7 is 4 over 2, which is 2. So the slope is 2. Now let's write the slope between these two. or these two, as there is 0, it's easier. Then 1 minus negative 7, 1 minus negative 7, 1 minus negative 7 over a minus 0. A minus 0 is just a. This should be equal to 2. 1 minus minus will be plus, that's 8 over a equal to 2. The denominator of 2 is 1. Cross multiplication, 8 times 1 is 8 equal to 2a. Divide 2, divide 2, a is 4. A is 4 is choice C. Next question. Find the distance. Find the distance between this point and this line. To find distance between point and line, we have a rule that has 5 components: a, b, c, x1, y1. Then we applied in the rule. Let's make it clear. Firstly, the equation should be equal to 0. So 2x minus 2y minus 9 equal to 0. A is 2. B is negative 2. C is negative 9. x1 from the point, it's 1. y1 from the point is 1 over 2. Now the rule is like this. Absolute value a x1, 2 times 1, plus b, which is negative 2, then this will be minus, the b is negative, negative 2, which is b, multiplied by 1 over 2. C is negative 9, all inside absolute value, over a squared plus b squared. That's 2 squared plus negative 2 squared. This is 2. This is 2. This is negative 1. And this is negative 9. That's negative 10 plus 2, negative 8. Inside absolute value is positive 8. This one, 2 squared is 4. Negative 2 squared is also 4. Add them, 8. Square root of 8. When we see things like this, there should be some simplification. 8 is equal to square root 8, square root 8. One of them cancels. The answer is square root 8. Calculator is allowed. You can make this a decimal, then make these decimal. You can easily find the correct answer. Or if you want to find the final answer without using calculator, then this is how we do it. We can rewrite 8 as 4 times 2. 4 can go out in the square root. That becomes 2 square root 2. The answer is C. Find the distance between point and line. The idea is quite obvious now. This question, if bx plus 2y minus 2 equal to 0 is perpendicular to this line, what is the value of b? Now, perpendicular has something to do with slope. We need to find slope of this line. In this line there is nothing unknown. We can find the slope. Here we cannot find the slope. We write a slope in terms of b, then we equate the two slopes, we find b. Here the slope is negative b, negative b over 2, coefficient of x over coefficient of y. This slope should be equal to the upside down of the slope. We can find the slope of this line. We are working on some perpendicular case. Let's find the slope. Slope is -1 over -2. That's 1 over 2. Then the slope we need to use is the upside down of this one. So the perpendicular slope is upside down 2 over 1, which is just 2, positive, negative. This is equal to -2. Then negative cancels negative. B should be 4 because 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. Then the correct answer is B. The last question in the set. Here we need to find the equation of a line that passes through this point and is perpendicular on this equation. So here, let's find the slope of this line and then make the slope upside down, opposite sign. Then we compare. The line we need to find should satisfy this point. So firstly, let's plug this point into the equations, see which one is not satisfying, to cross it out. X is 2, y is -5. Now let's start with A. If I replace 2 here, 2 times 3 is 6. 4 times -5 is -20. If I add them, the result will not be 14. 3 times 2, 6, plus 4 times -5 is -20. If I add them, the result is -14, not 14. So A is wrong. B. Write 2 in place of x. 3 times 2, 6. -5 times 4 is -20. If I add them, the result is -14. So B could be right. We are not sure yet. Now C. Write 2 here. 4 times 2, 8. 4 times 2, 8 plus 3 times -5, that's -15. If I add them, the result is not 23. C is also wrong. D, write 2. 2 times 4, 8 plus 3 times -5 is -15. If I add them, the result is -7. So D could be correct. Since 2 equations are satisfying the equation, then 2 equations are satisfying the point, then I should find the equation, actually. I cannot find the correct answer by only testing. But I'm sure A and C are wrong. The correct answer is something between B and D. Now I need something perpendicular. Let's find the slope of this line. Slope of this line is M equal to -4 over -3. That's 4 over 3. The other slope that I'm going to use, since it's perpendicular, should be upside down, opposite sign. The slope I'm going to use is -3 over 4. Then this goes into the rule. Y minus y1 equal to m, x minus x1. Y minus -5, that's y plus 5, equal to the slope x minus 2. Get rid of this 4, multiply everything by -4. Multiply everything by -4, let's see. Or the y's we have are both positive, let's multiply everything by 4. Now it's obvious this is the correct answer. Let's continue. If we multiply by 4, we will have 4y plus 20 equal to -3x plus 6. Then the y's and the x's are both positive. These x's go to the other side. We will have 4y plus 3x plus 14 equal to 0. Then 14 goes to the other side, becomes -14. This makes B the correct answer. By seeing 4y and here is 3y, we know B is the correct answer. But to be sure, it's not a very complicated process to find the equation of a straight line. It's better to be sure than answer. This is the end of this session. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to see the other sessions.